Hey guys, it's Jade and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today's video has been so highly requested. I've been getting lots of DMs and different comments on Instagram asking for this video. It is going to be a high school advice video, but specifically, I'm just gonna lay it all out for you guys. Like, this is real high school advice, not the stuff you hear in literally every single video. And it's from the perspective of a senior. Because I know when I was going into high school, or even when I was still like an underclassman in high school, I still had a lot of questions. And like, as a senior, as someone who's gone through it all, I'm just here to give you guys some advice. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below, as well as give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. So I think that's gonna be it for the intro, and let's hop right on into the video. All right, so I have my little list here. I have 20 tips for you guys. I will try to go quickly through them so I don't blabber on too much. So the first one is that seniors want to help you. Like, they don't be intimidated by them. Like, if you reach out, they want to mentor you. They want to help you make this transition easier. Obviously, there are some. It's a little different if you're a guy or a girl. I feel like senior guys want to make fun of the little senior, like freshman boys, but as a girl, at least, don't be intimidated by the seniors. Like, they're actually gonna think it's so fun to be able to help you. Number 2, join a sport or a club at the beginning of the year. Now, I know you hear this in probably every high school advice video, but it is so important to get involved. Like, find something to do. I know it's scary and kind of intimidating, and you might think you don't wanna do it, but that's how you're gonna make friends, and that's how you're gonna be able to have more of like a presence at your school, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like, my best memories from high school are from playing lacrosse and being part of SGA and FCA and the different clubs and stuff that I am. So just get involved, find something, and try to do it at the beginning of the year too, because if you wait, the more awkward it'll be to like transition into it. Just a thought. Number 3, now this is a huge one for me because you guys know I'm a little bit of an SGA nerd. It's fine. But make sure you participate in homecoming dress-up days and go to football games and actually cheer and pep rallies, get excited and like support your sports teams and clubs and like every just school event. Try to get into it, because I know that sometimes it may seem a little boring and a little monotonous, if that makes sense, but if you get into it, if you put effort into these school events, they will be fun. And high school is going to go by so fast, so you just want to make as many memories as you possibly can. This is a huge one. I don't know if I even explained it very well, but it's very important. Number 4, this is one I definitely wish I knew as a freshman. Freshman year, at least on the academic side of things, is going to be the easiest year of high school, like by far. So with that being said, make sure you are spending time with your friends and getting out of your comfort zone and trying to make new friends. And like, you can join a million clubs your freshman year and try out which ones you like, and then your sophomore year or second semester freshman year decide which ones you actually want to attend and go to. But just take advantage of it being an easier year academically and just try to have as many experiences as you possibly can. Number 5, don't feel like you have to dress cute every day. Like, it's always funny going into school and like you see the little freshman girls and like they have a super cute outfit on the first day, and I mean, like, that's normal. Like, I try to wear a cuter outfit on the first day, and I do like dressing cuter to school, just not all the time. But it's just funny because like the whole first semester, every single day they got their hair done, their makeup done, and a cute outfit, and I'm like, sis, like, I'm wearing sweatpants within like the second day of school. So just to give you guys a little bit of context. Now this one, oh my gosh, if you get anything from this video, listen to this, and this is for the ladies up in the house. Do not dwell on the freshman boys. Oh my gosh. Freshman boys are not mature enough to date. Like, that's just that. I have nothing against dating in high school. I have dated in high school. I'll have a video linked in the cards where I talk all about, it's like a get ready with me chit chat thing where I just I go off about high school dating, my personal relationships, but it has happened in that. It was a very interesting video to film, but it's also kind of like inspirational, like woman power. But if you guys want to watch that, I'll link it in the cards. But all I'm going to say about this is that dating in high school is not a problem, but it's also not a necessity, and especially not freshman year. Like, these boys are not mature enough to date, and do not, like, just don't dwell on it. They are not important right now. Just wait. You'll be fine. So number 7 is kind of similar to the first one that I mentioned, but make friends with the upperclassmen and let them mentor you. I think it's really important to have at least like 1 or 2 upperclassmen friends, whether or not that's like in a club that you join, or like a sports captain or something like that, just to have someone to ask questions to. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, number one, like I said, they want to help you. Number two, they have so much wisdom, and it's important to utilize, because you know, you can ask an adult, but they're so far removed from high school that it doesn't really like help. Or you can ask one of your peers, but they're like at the same place you are, but a nice upperclassman, someone 2 or 3 years older than you, like just went through what you're going through right now, and they could offer some really good advice. So anyways, that's just a tip for you guys. Number 8 is that high school is gonna fly by so much faster than you think it's going to. And I know you've probably heard that a million times, but it is so, so true. Take it from me as a person who's literally about to go into her senior year, which is crazy. It feels like yesterday I was like 12 and now I'm 17, which is kind of interesting. Anyways, with this one, go to football games, go to the dances, go to prom if you're a junior. Just do everything, even if it seems a little bit out of your comfort zone, even if it seems like something you might not 100% love to do. It's just all about making those experiences. And I would hate for you guys to look back on high school and be like, wow, I literally did nothing and I had so many opportunities. And high school, honestly, has so many opportunities to do fun things. You just kind of have to go out of your way to find them. Number 9, this is a really big one, and I think one that I definitely kind of took upon myself freshman year, and it definitely drastically changed my high school experience. And I can go into this more in depth and like in a whole video if you guys want to talk about this. But be social and just be nice to everyone when you go into high school your freshman year. Like, do not be afraid to change who you are. And I mean that in a positive way. Don't like change into like a bad person unless that's your vibe. Like, go for it. But don't be afraid to change yourself. Like, I know in middle school I was probably a little bit more of a, not shy person, but like I had my friends and I only wanted to talk to my friends, and there were definitely like attributes of my personality that I didn't like. But so when I went into high school, like I was like, this is what I asked myself. Like, if I look back on my high school self when I'm 30, am I gonna be proud of the person I was, or am I gonna be not proud of the person I was? And I can say, and that's something I've really been working on in my personal, you know, mental, emotional life for a while, but like I can proudly say that like I will be proud of myself. I like the person that I am, and that doesn't mean in like a vanity way, like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Like, no. I mean in like a how I treat other people, what my energy is like, what my vibe is like. I'm not explaining this well, but just be social, be super nice, and be a friendly face to everybody. It's gonna make high school so, so much better. And like, don't feel like you only can have like your one friend group. Like, I am not that type of person. Like, obviously I have the people I sit with at lunch, but I talk to whoever is sitting next to me and make friends with them, because it's just so much more enjoyable. Now, number 10 is one that I see a lot in freshmen and sophomores that are like, you know, very academically driven, which is important. So pretty much this tip is, let me just get to the point here. Focus on your academics and work hard, because obviously that's why you're in school, but don't dwell on your college app so much. Like right now I'm kind of in that phase of life where I'm applying to college, and you know, that is stressful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is a really important thing, and you need to push yourself in your classes to get the best grade you possibly can. But I just see all these people signing up for a million clubs and doing community service for the purpose of putting it on their college applications, and I swear nothing pisses me off more than that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And don't stress out so much and make yourself take these classes that you are not at the level to take just for the sake of putting them on your college applications. Like, I have a friend who literally just finished like her sophomore year and is like, has taken the ACT like 5 times and is just all stressed out about college. And I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, you have so much time, enjoy high school, take it one day at a time. Number 11, this is a big one for me that I kind of have to still tell myself, don't worry about what other people are doing. This kind of goes along with the college one too. Like, I know that I was very stressed out my junior year because that people would be like, yeah, I've already taken the ACT 4 times, like before I had even taken it once. And people are like, yeah, I do this and this and this and this and this to put it on my college apps. Like, that was something that was very stressful for me, like just that comparison aspect. But that can be so like relevant in a lot of aspects of life. Like, just, I have like a, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out, but just try to just not care about what other people are doing and focus on what you're doing, because that's all that really matters. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it makes sense to me. 12, this is one that not a lot of people mention, but in my personal opinion is super, super important. When you turn 16, get a job. Even if your parents aren't making you and you have enough money to where you really don't need to be working, get a job. Like, I was kind of in that situation where my parents did like want me to get a job, so I, you know, got a job to pay for gas and stuff like that. But I don't have the time during the school year to work, so I would only work in the summers. But just having that summer job, even though I did YouTube and I get a decent amount of income from YouTube now, like, you need that experience. It teaches you how to work with other people. It teaches you how to work for something and be a little bit more independent and self-reliant. And I think that's something that everybody needs to experience at least once before they go to college. Number 13 is to make it a priority to hang out with all of your friends. I know it's really easy to get caught up in just hanging out with your like super close friends or your one best friend all the time, but I know that something I've kind of started doing probably within the last 2 or 3 years was I literally, like, especially during the summer when you're not seeing people every single day, like, make it a priority to hang out with the people that, you know, you're friends with and you really like them, but they might not be your like number one go-to friend all the time, because that just makes people feel loved. If you guys have ever heard of like the 5 love languages or something like that, and maybe it's 6, I don't know. My big one is quality time. So like when people make time to spend with me, that is like how I feel the most loved, and that's also how I show the most love. So for me, making time to spend with somebody else is how I show them love. And you can do that in a lot of other things. I know some people's like words of affirmation. So like you can just be really encouraging to your friends and make it a point for all of your friends, not just your close ones. That's what I'm trying to stress in this point. Just make sure that you are spending time and giving love to all of your friends and not just focusing on a certain group of people, because then that'll make your other friends feel bad even though you love them. Anyways, just an idea. I'm sorry the lighting is changing. It's getting dark outside. I don't know why, but here we are. 14, this is a big one, and I know you've probably heard it before, but don't let fear hold you back from trying something new. Now that can be in relations to joining a sports team if you've never done it before, or running for SGA. That's a big one. Like, I knew that I was very scared initially to go and like give a speech and have people vote for me or not. Like, you know, it's kind of scary. Everybody knows whether or not you win or you lose, but I'm so glad that I did, because now I've been in SGA for like 7th grade, 8th grade, and then high school, and that's just incredible, and it's been like the best experience of my life. So don't let fear hold you back from something, or if you could be like, oh, it's too late for me to start playing soccer because everyone's been playing soccer. Don't let that hold you back. Go, try out. Even if you don't make it the first year, try out again the next year. Number 15, already kind of touched on this. This is my biggest pet peeve ever. Do not do community service and do not join clubs to put it on your college applications. This pisses me off. Like, I could go off. Like, I could rant about this because it's just really annoying. Like, if you do community service, you're supposed to do it because you have a passion for that project and you have heart behind what you're doing because you want to serve the community, not so that you can look like a good person on a college application. And do not join all of these clubs that people actually join because they really like, just so that you can put it on a college application and look well-rounded and look like, oh, look how much she was involved in. That, it's fine, I'm not gonna get into it, but it's just really annoying to literally everyone around you. And by the way, just a heads up, colleges know when you do that. Like, they know. Number one, they can like see how, they can find out how involved you were in that club. Number two, if you have like 20 clubs listed that have nothing in common with each other, they know that. Yes, they want you to be well-rounded, like have good grades, be in a sports team, do a club, have a hobby, but they want it to be focused and show that you have passion about something. So like if you're part of several clubs, but they're all kind of directed towards service for children in the hospital, then that shows, and you want to be a nursing major, like that shows focus, that shows passion and direction. But if you're like, I'm in the Spanish club, the Latin club, the animes, it's like just all these random ones, and then like 40 service clubs that have like nothing in common with each other, like, yeah, that's good, but they can tell when you're just doing things to put it on a college application. I don't know if any of that made sense. I can make a whole video on it if you guys want to see it. 16, this is a big one that I learned in high school that I think really has helped me on the academic side of things. Try to find ways to make note-taking and studying fun for yourself. For me personally, you guys know I love hand lettering and using fun markers and pens. That's why my school supplies hauls are literally so elaborate. I just posted my school supplies haul actually on Friday, so I will have it linked in the cards above if you guys haven't gone and watched that video yet. But I literally buy so much stuff because for me, making my notes fun and colorful and hand lettering the titles and different stuff like that, making them really organized, is how I can make studying and note-taking fun for myself. And there's a ton of different ways you can do that if you're not as like artistic in that sense or whatever. You can listen to fun music, have a really good playlist, or I don't know, there's just so many ways to study and make it fun, and I think that that's gonna be really important because you are definitely, especially junior year, my folks, going to need to be able to sit in like exam seasons. You're gonna need to be able to sit for an entire day, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and study, like the whole day. So you need to be able to find practical ways that you're gonna be able to stay focused, engaged, and not have a horrible day. Like I know that no one really wants to sit for that long, multiple days in a row and study for AP exams and midterms and final exams. And even honestly, just sometimes you have to do that in the middle of the school year because school is hard, but just try to make it fun. That's my only tip for you guys. Number 17 was one that I definitely feel like I learned my sophomore year of high school, or at least struggled with sophomore year of high school and then learned because I struggled with it. Learn to accept failure. I know that growing up I was always like a straight A student, whatever, and I still am mostly a straight A student, but I have gotten a couple B's in high school so far, and I know that for me, like I think I got my first B sophomore year. That was horrible for me. Like that, for some reason, I had not learned how to accept failure and know that I'm not always gonna be able to get everything right, and that was really hard on me. Like there were classes that even if I would study everything I got, shout out to you, Latin and AP Physics, sometimes I still wouldn't be able to get an A on the test or like pass the exam or whatever, like however hard I tried. So learn how to accept failure and not beat yourself up about it, because I definitely struggled with that. And if you guys can learn that early on in high school, it'll really help you guys. Number 18, this is a small one, but very important. If you're gonna be late to school, just be late. Like, and I don't mean that in the sense like just go get some Chick-fil-A or something, but if you know you're gonna be late, like it's the same thing to be a minute late and be 15 minutes late. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is just drive safe. Like I always see people speeding to school and forgetting their stuff at home or not being able to get fully ready, and then the whole rest of their day sucks, even though they're still late, just less late. Just drive safe, finish getting ready, pack yourself a good lunch, and then go over to school. And don't stress out about it so much, because it's really, like, it does suck. Like, I am definitely a person that likes to be super early to school, and when I am late, like, it's very stressful for me, but it's really not that big of a deal, so just don't stress out about it too much. It also depends on the teacher, though, if it's a big deal. Number 20, this one specifically, I mean, honestly, it applies all the way through high school, but specifically for freshmen, people are going to change when you go to high school, and the reality is you're probably gonna lose friends. Like the people you go into high school from middle school, like your friend group, are probably not gonna be the people who are your friend group senior year. For me, my friend group is comprised of people that were part of my freshman year friend group, but there's also a bunch of new people, and there's also a lot of people that left the friend group. High school just changes people. When you have, especially when you get your license and you have more choices, there are some people that go down one path in life, some people that go down another path in life, and just don't take it personally. It happens. It's nothing reflecting on you. That should be no indication that you need to change. It just happens. Don't take it personally. People are gonna change, but I promise you that if you are in a hard season right now where you feel like you don't have anyone and you may be sitting alone at lunch, because trust me, I've had those days too, you will find your people. It might just take a little bit longer to find them. Alright you guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel down below. I hope that this video helped any of you that are going into high school as freshmen or are already in high school and are just like watching these videos, because I like watching these videos too. I hope this helped and like gave you something, and I hope that you got something new out of this video that you don't normally get. I just thought I'm kind of in a cool time right now being a senior to be able to give like high school advice that's still relevant to freshmen, but has also a little bit of time distance between us to where I have a little bit more, not like wisdom, but just knowledge of how high school works. So I hope that it helps is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you on Friday with another video. Bye guys.